Hello and welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenore and today I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. This is a horoscope for Aries. If Aries is your solar, lunar, ascendant / rising sign, then this is a message for you. All right, let's get started. Okay. Oh, look at this, me. All disheveled. Okay, so our card today, it's morning. I don't know why I keep saying night. Is the Emperor. All right. Okay, and let's see what these tea leaves have to say today. And so if you haven't subscribed yet, please think about doing that. You can hit that little bell. It'll let you know when the next readings are coming out. It is free to subscribe. And also, if you like the reading or you just feel generous, give us a like over here. And if you want to leave a comment too. Now, if this is your first time watching, I'd love to hear, this is my first time. So leave that in the comments as well. Okay. Thank you. All right. So let's see what's going on. So immediately we have here, it is a rabbit. You can see rearing up. Okay, look at those little feet. Doing a little dance. It looks like rearing up though, kind of in a defensive stance, right? Fighting. I've seen it's not in real life, but in videos I've seen rabbits kind of jump up like this when birds or hawks are kind of coming for them. Also, have you ever seen two rabbits squabbing with each other? You have to look it up. Look up the videos. It looks like they're like boxing. It's kind of cute. It's kind of silly looking. So we have this energy right here. Now it looks like we have another rabbit up here. Look at this. You can see the ear. Here's the arm raised. Now, I'm going to read this one as a priest, okay, and wearing a headdress right here. Now, behind them we have, it almost looks like the Fool holding a flower, okay? So we have this kind of, and look at down here, we have a person who looks like they're frolicking and they're holding a fish. So they got money over there. Making some money. So we have this kind of interesting mix of things going on, right? I think it's kind of this vacillation between joy, excitement, coming from these movements of deep spirituality, of not only just feeling spiritual, right? Not just the connection, although I shouldn't say not just. A connection with the divine is everything. But I do think that there's an outward expression, okay? So, maybe doing rituals, ceremonies, blessings, healings, divination. We have the high priest or a priest, right? A devotee of the way, whichever way that is, and that is somebody who partakes in ritual, right? Enacts kind of these outwardly presentations of spiritual religious action, okay? So we also have the rabbit, two of them actually, and these ones are kind of in, like I said, this defensive or offensive posture, aggressive to some degree. Now, the rabbit is fertility. The rabbit is abundance. We also have this person down here holding a fish. So abundance once again. This is on the mind, right? Making moves. Now, we also have the emperor energy. The emperor is the decider, right? Is the one that knows all the workings, the ins and outs of things. Sometimes has to make the hard decisions. Sometimes is not very well received at all. Not liked. Okay. So all of this together, I really feel like, yeah, you have this real need, but also it's just, I think it's in the forefront of your mind, making this money, figuring out what is my next move, and making difficult decisions at times, doing the thing that maybe the kids don't like, or family members, or it's just having to move, for instance, or work long hours, or whatever it is. But you, as an Aries, you're going to do what you have to do, right? And so this is, to me, all about aligning that wealth and abundance in your life and putting in the work, okay? Now, not going about this without a relationship with your divinity, okay? It's not all materialistic. It's not all just, give me, give me, give me. It is about finding a balance, having a foundation, feeling secure in your life, right? Being able to cover the bills, maybe even, pay down some debt, put something away, okay? Now, with the Fool up here, with the flower, yeah, it's a real indicator to me, and I know this is true of Aries, right? Of keeping your joy, your kind of humorous disposition. I think Aries people, we know you're warriors, you're leaders, you are, very innovative, outside the box thinkers. I often think of Aries sometimes being kind of fairly eccentric in some ways, right? But and that's not to single you out. Over here, we love the differences in people, right? We embrace a variety of, the variety of life, I suppose is what I should say. And, I think that at times people can maybe experience you as being not very serious, or too serious, or, cynical, or maybe your humor is a little bit unconventional, shall we say. I think that, this isn't because you are not respectful. Really, nobody is as loving and respectful as an Aries when you get down to it. But yeah, you're not going to restrain your joy or your silliness, or, your hot takes about the world, especially if they're a little bit, humorous. And I think that you're good at sharing that. And I think that when you're around, you bring up the vibe, right? The energy is lightened. And so that Fool is definitely an aspect of this. It is kind of, your secret weapon in a way, that you bring this balance into things. So although you're working very hard, you're very focused on getting that money, you're also very focused on your spiritual life, which flows through all things. These are not separate, right? And I don't think that you separate them either. But you are. And you're getting to this abundance. And I think it's beginning to really come through. Like, you know, a lot. Doing really well. I think that it will be noticeably so. Okay? And maybe that is, you know, getting a raise, getting, you know, more clients, or, you know, I don't know, finding a new job in general. Maybe you're going into a new career field. But it does seem that things are kind of all coming together. They're not there, right? You're always kind of, you know, rearranging and working on and getting things, you know, kind of aligned in the way that you think will work for you. You're not somebody that just does the thing and then okay, I did it. Let's see how this works. I'm not going to change anything. No, you're tinkering. You're moving things around. You're checking out all the variables and you're adjusting where you need to. You are always on top of your game. Okay. And also that's that emperor energy, you know, kind of ruling over your kingdom. And I think this is really going to come to pay off for you. Absolutely. Okay, so we have a fox right there. And I saw that we had kind of a fox head up here. I was low-key kind of ignoring it. But I see we have another fox over here. And the reason that I was kind of ignoring it is because it is that trickster energy, but it also feels like there's somebody who's a little bit tricky in the mix here. And you can see one here kind of slinking around over here as well. Now, I think this is the same one, but just kind of going over your whole life, right? And I feel like this is kind of somebody who has, I don't know, just kind of really taken the evil eye to you, right? I think this is somebody who is jealous. And I wonder if this is, I don't know, like an ex, or maybe it's like the significant other of an ex, or like a family member's significant other that's just like really, I don't know, like they're drawn to you, but like, you know, friendly, they're drawn to you as a friend. That's what I should, like they would love to have somebody like you as a friend. And I don't know. Instead, they internalize this and they turn it into this jealous thing, like they're in competition with you. Well, I don't even think you notice them, really. Yeah, you know they exist, but they're not even on your, you know, radar, really. And to them, you know, you're like the bee's knees. You're exactly who they would love to be, or so they think, right? And so instead of being an adult, being a person that is, you know, well healed, trying to, you know, better themselves in some way, they decide to, yeah, be at odds with you, run their mouth, you know, make assumptions, gossip, tear you down where they can. Are they succeeding? No. This is a silly person, a frivolous person, a person that has too much time on their hands. Right? So, yeah, I saw the fox. I was like, no, not today. Not today, fox. Not today. Well, they're kind of slinking around. So be aware, right? I imagine they're lurking on the social medias and that kind of thing. But just be aware, right? They're just hanging around. Hanging around. Okay, let's see. So we have a crab up here. Ooh, look at this. We have the Ace of Cups. We also have the crab. Interesting. Very much that Knight of Cups energy. If you can imagine the Knight of Cups riding on the horse, holding up the grail, and the crab or Cancer symbol is above, right? So, yeah, this is some really emotional energy. This is somebody who leads with their intuition, their ability to connect with others on a deep emotional level. I love the, yes, I love the Knight of Cups. Probably, I always say this is probably my favorite archetype, about a different archetype every day. But this one to me represents the beloved. This is the one that is a channel to the divine, through emotions, through love, through agape. And so I see this and I feel like, yeah, this is like your higher thinking. This is your heart, related to that beloved person, that beloved God, goddess, divine, divinity, your faith, your devotion. And this could be manifest through a partner, a spouse, a good friend, a guru, a teacher, a mentor, something like this. But I think that this is where your power lies. This is also where you spend most of your time dwelling, right? So we have people like this fox person. It doesn't matter. Ultimately, this doesn't matter because you have your interior life. And if you are somebody who has found your beloved in the manifest, then you have this in your physical world as well. And if you have that relationship with something greater than yourself, then all of this other pettiness does not matter. Does the conflict of it seep in sometimes? Of course. We're all humans, right? We're not devoid of feeling emotion, worry, anxiety, and yeah, the want to protect ourselves. But you dwell in this other place more often than not. So all of that, yeah, while it might be frustrating, it's not the thing that you're focused on. And I feel like this kind of team of your spiritual world, your love, that's the big thing, your love, mixed with your drive to provide. It all comes together and it makes it ever so powerful. Okay, let's see if we can so it looks like we have I was reading this as IC and then WC. ICWC. I don't know if that means anything to you. Then up here we have an M, kind of an ornate M. Oh yes, and I wanted to look at these also. We have fledglings here. Okay, and maybe even younger. If you don't know what a fledgling is, it's a baby bird that's getting ready to be able to learn how to fly, right? But these actually may be younger because look, they have their mouths open. We have 3 of them, okay? So it feels like also, yeah, you have some kids in your life, maybe even adult children that you are looking after. Yeah, and they're always kind of there, right? But there are these very eager children of your life. And so, yeah, maybe you're a caretaker. Maybe these are your biological children, stepchildren, kind of adopted or chosen family. And you're the one that they come to because they trust you. You do what you say you're going to do. You show up for them. And there is such a closeness here. And, sometimes, again, this might be frustrating, but I think that you cherish your relationships ever so deeply, right? These are actually probably the most important connections that you have in your life, and rightfully so. But they do seem very prominent. So it seems like they will be very active in your life right now. So maybe moving back in, or you already live with them and they're just really needing a lot more attention for some reason. And maybe this is that you are still kind of in that raising kids phase. And if you're in the northern hemisphere, we're in summer, and oh my gosh, these kids, why aren't they in school right now? I can't wait till September. Now, I love being with my daughter, and she really only went to school a couple, or a few times a week for preschool. But you can tell, like, I stay so busy trying to get the energy out of this kid, running her, doing stuff with her. She's in all these classes and activities and summer camps and things like this. Still so much energy. How? Where does it come from? Give me a little bit of it, because by 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock at night when I'm cooking dinner, I am spent. My goodness. So, maybe you are in the summertime with your kids. And if that is so, I'm sending you all of my love. I only have only one little one. So I can only imagine people that have, 2, 3, 4 kids and more. It's a lot. It is a lot. But worth it, of course, right? They're the best. All right, so let's take a look here. We have... Now we have somebody who is flying a kite. That's what it feels like, although it doesn't look exactly like a kite. We have somebody who's getting in a boat. And I almost feel like it's kind of the saying goodbye. Some movement here. I almost get this feeling of like saying goodbye, getting into the boat, right? Kind of sailing away or rowing away or whatever. And feeling kind of a sadness, a missing your old life, missing the way things used to be, feeling like, everything seems so different from even like 5 or 10 years ago. I miss the old days, even though they maybe were difficult in their own sense, now everything's changed. Maybe everybody's moved in different directions, or, we've had people who have transitioned, or, and that is, passed away. But just, a sentimentality here, missing the old things that we were doing, the being together and laughing. And so I feel like this is a time where you're really kind of thinking about, thinking about this. And that's where that kite is. When I see the kite, I think of, yeah, deep kind of contemplation, being in your memories. You know, if you've ever flown a kite, flown a kite, you know, standing out in a field or, you know, wherever you're at, and it gets up there and, oh, it's so exciting. And then, yeah, you're standing there and you're holding it and kind of looking at it, watching it move and trying to control it so it doesn't come down. And then you get into the groove of it. You're into that kind of flow place. And your mind is wandering and kind of, you know, this big open sky, and you're holding on to this thing that is moving and it feels alive. And yes, your mind wanders. You know, you go traveling a bit in those thoughts. And so I feel like this is a time of contemplation. Now we also have the rooster right up there. So this is it is kind of an alarm, right? You can think of the wake-up call of the rooster, the cock-a-doodle-doo. And it is. I think this is like a reminder, okay? A reminder of, let's wake up. Don't get too lost in those places. It is good that we reminisce. It is good that we, you know, think back on and hold our people close to our heart, commune with them, you know. But don't let yourself get lost in the labyrinth that is grief or lamenting what used to be, you know, and now I'm living and everything is, you know, different. I don't have my people around me. The dynamic of my family and friends is absolutely changed. And it's easy to get into that place where we're so focused on the old that the present is squandered. Okay? So be aware of that. Okay, let's see. We're going to do our divine doors over here. And I'm just going to go ahead. I'm going to flip through. I'm going to stop where it feels right. Okay. And it says, freedom flows. Don't hold yourself back from worldly freedom. Dream grand things for divine sacred reason. Dream grand things for divine, sacred reason. All right. Okay, Aries, I'm going to go ahead and tell you I love you because I do, and I thank you so much for spending this time with me. It is always such an honor to be able to bring these messages to you. It is an honor. And if you would be so kind as to like the video, it helps the channel immensely. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please think about doing that. It is free to subscribe. And if you'd like to leave a comment, please do. I read them all. Also, if you would like to tell me if it's your first time. That's right. I was like, what was that I was going to say? Yes. If you are here for your first time and you've made it to the end, thank you. Yeah, let me know. Put it in the comments. All right, Aries, I love you so much. Take care of yourself. We're going to talk in a few days. Have a wonderful, wonderful day, afternoon, evening, wherever you are. Goodbye. Bye-bye.